Psytrance content, I want to look at what YouTube has to offer. So like, okay, let's just like look for Psytrance. Really nothing. Really nothing. It's lacking, in my opinion. I mean, you know, the content variety and so forth, not good. Not good. There is no commentary. There is no... I don't know. I'm quite frankly, honestly, like, when I'm looking at festivals now, they don't look great. This is like, you know, like people say like, oh, you're not playing. Yeah, bro, and on most events, in my country at least, there is not one event which really makes me hot to play from, definitely not in the high-tech trance genre. They're all horrible, especially the lineups. I mean, who wants to see the same DJ play again now when they saw them 50 times in the season? And the same 5 guys, you know, like, are playing, and it's like... they're not thriving. They're simply not thriving. And the proof is in the pudding. You look at the videos from the festivals and at the pictures from the festivals. Horrible. They look not good in comparison to what we already did over the past 20 years. So in my area that is like locally constrained, I don't see the culture thriving. Brazil, though, I talked about it before, is a different story. But, so what do we see if we get that? Then suddenly, like, the parties look a lot better suddenly, you know? Like, let's look at... This is not to attack anyone, of course, you know? I respect you if you're part of the tribe. Then that's great, okay? Let's look at that. We need to be open. Bro. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can count the phones. That is fucking insane. But at least there is a stage something going on. But that is, of course, for the commercial side. So the commercial side is way smaller. Here, let's read what the people have to say. Not the woof that I know. Miss the old organizers. As the Woof still had power and power, basically. Kraft and power is literally the same thing, bro. Yeah, he's missing the old Woof, basically mirroring my sentiment. And this is not a global phenomenon. Brazil is on the up. There is lots of local pockets of psychedelic trance which are on the up. It's a very local thing. For example, in California, there's something going on. It's not big, it never was. But I hope for growth, and many people from the Californian scene do so as well. And it's generally a healthy scene. This is more important than anything. Is not the size, it's the health of your scene. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry to be so critical of the thing with the phones. But you guys look like clowns with the phones. I know, like, I have performance videos of myself where that is the case. Actually, I don't have the chat open. I should maybe open the chat just in case somebody's tuning in. Like yesterday, that was actually a lot of fun when there was a couple of people. Oh, like I have... Oh yeah, so there's already... If you have something to say, say it in the chat, and then I will respond to that. That one like. Thank you for whoever it was. Why is there no mapping? This is like literally a budget question, I believe. It's just like, you know, no mapping. No mapping. I talked about it with a guy from Brazil that visited me, a German that, you know, is basically was going to live in Brazil for a substantial amount of time, and he said, "Dude, I'm not seeing people in trance anymore. They go to events to have fun and literally to give their phone a workout, I guess.
Let's move.
I appreciate the effort, 100%. Appreciate the effort of those organizers, and I wish the best to them. But get some mapping going on. More than what you have. More. Surprise the people. Wow the people, then you would maybe also attract a more substantial crowd. Because all in all, those are not big events on the global scale. Germany normally have been at the forefront of this stuff. Not only in terms of Psytrance, but also in Psytrance. Full Moon Festival, Fracks of Nature Festival. Those were exemplary festivals that were beating where basically people looked up to us. They looked up to us on how we were doing things. And we did things fucking great, okay? Those were adult theme parks, psychedelic theme parks almost, where you didn't just have a floor and some, vendors or something like that. You could like turn around a corner and you're in a completely different psychedelic space. And now look at the pathetic events that are going on. I know it's hypercritical and people are maybe going to hate me for it, but I don't care. I have seen too much to deny the truth, and my allegiance is towards truth and not towards, towards anyone else. This is very subjective, but not so subjective. It's the wrong music for the wrong time, Like Boom Festival 2006, when Diogo was still doing it, they really have proven to the world how to do it. And that is like a very, very well curated program that includes everything from really heavy dark psychedelic and what is nowadays called high-tech psychedelic to Xenon-esque dark progressive in the late afternoon to the evenings and more. A great transition in the morning is also very important. So you had like heavy hitters like Nathan in the night and then Penta in the morning and Fungus Funk in the morning, which is still fucking enjoyable. And then a smooth transition into styles that are represented there for the daytime and for the afternoon, because this is what they are originally designed for. They're not peak time moments. What are you doing, man? Seriously, whoever curated this is like, why are you putting in the peak time some 136 offbeat progressive? Like, can I ask this question, please? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm not saying don't present this music. I'm saying, do you have any kind of aim or plan in your musical curation, or is it just nonsense? Because it looks like that. It's not nighttime stuff, bro. And you can't hold a dance floor like that. That is... Thank you, audio therapy. Where are you from? Same question as everybody who tunes in. You have to say where you're from. Always. And again, I'm going back to Boom Festival 2006. 2006, the dance floor was magical at all times. That means that if you have arrived at the dance floor 9 o'clock in the morning, perfect, blast. If you arrived 6 p.m., great. 11 p.m., you were flying away. Double Rel was making the dance floor cook. You understand? And there was always a massive crowd on the dance floor. Why? Because of a properly curated program, which is missing. Now we have like stupid mono festivals, which don't have a timeline that makes sense. Normally you want to tell a story inside your lineup. People don't do that anymore. It's like just like, okay, let's play offbeat progressive in the middle of the night. Although nobody thinks that's a great idea. Nobody should think that's a great idea. Nobody's doing that. Also look to Brazil. They love that shit, but they play it in the daytime. Obviously. Because they have a brain. Great. From India. Bye G. How are you? Great. Audio therapy. Rings a bell somehow. Dude, I had this coffee. This coffee really works. Looks like high protein, no added sugar. Where's the camera? High protein, no added sugar, and apparently also loads of caffeine or something like that. And we have this stupid grading system in Germany. So everything gets a grade. Like A, B, C, D, E. Exactly. E is the worst, A is the best. This 18-gram high-protein Swiss coffee, processed coffee, has an A rating. Not even potatoes have an A rating. I don't know if that is possible. So... how many people do you see that are there on the dance floor that are in trance? I see 0 people that are in trance. 0? That's not good. That's not the aim of the event. It's called psychedelic trance. Trance for being in trance. That is like mostly yourself perpetuatingly dancing along. Your body and your mind is just floating along and you're not really there. It's a spiritual state. None of those people are, I dare to say, I allege that nobody is in trance right now. Yeah, my friend from Brazil apparently he's right. It's just people just come to chill out. Let's see. Ich zeige euch die komplette. Jawohl. Matrix Cave Rave. Not really, bruh. Not really. Where do you see that Matrix Cave Rave? Where everybody was ecstatically having an orgasm while Neo and Trinity literally have one in the back. It's like, this is not it. Okay, we saw Germany. Now, let's have a look back at our colleagues from the other side of the world. Wow, 1 hour. That is insane. Okay. I played on this event. Actually, a couple of years ago. Same story, just better. Pretty much, I'd say. Like, it's just better in every way because it's a better, like, you know, it's just better. Let's face it, the production. That's actually from me when, yeah, we can watch that as well. That was my start on Maya Festival. Rocking, but unfortunately not the best quality. It's like, you know, if you're playing in front of 12,000 people and then you have to take care of your camera equipment, not great. Not great. Yeah, YouTube is something. Mornings in Brazil, Omiki Terra. So maybe it is a global issue. Basically, it's just like, you know, with a nicer coating. What is that festival? Same story. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Droid attack. Thank you. How are you? Oh, sorry, bro. I was just like, you know, getting distracted with all this craziness. And I blasted the right speaker. I guess the speaker blasted itself, bro, to be completely honest with you. Like, you know, India equipment, sometimes, you know, you have to pray to the gods that everything is going well. Let's read what you have written. I'm fine by... Awesome, bro. I'm going to come to India soon for sure. Oh no, thank you, how are you? Droid attack. Droid attack was... I have this flyer somewhere, I find it again and again. Was it... It was from Ashish Gowda, no? Ashish Gowda. And... yeah. Do you remember playing this in Bangalore? Like... for like 15 people inside the club. If it was the one from Ashish, that was not 15 people. That was like loads more people. There was another event. I think you might confuse this event. Droid Attack was 2000, like ages ago with Ashish, right? Anyway. Yeah. There's not a lot of interesting Psytrance content, in my opinion. That was the point of this live stream. Why? Why is there nobody doing interesting shit? Psy hosted it. But that was last year? Psy. Oh, bro. I was 30 times in India. No, it was not Droid Attack, but there is an event that is called Droid Attack. Need to be super careful. Anything with Droid could have been some former event. Called No Limits in a 5-star? Last year. Just tell me which year. Then I know. Last year? 2K15, bro, yeah, this is like, wow. It's really tough to avoid by Psy. Oh my god. My brain is like, you know, I visited India so many times, and this was literally one of the first times, looks like, it must have been, if it was 2014-15, and this was one of my first visits, and was probably Ashish Gowda who was organizing it, who did a good job, considering all. And, yeah, India, bro. Long back, exactly. Because I have a long history with India. That's why India loves me so much. Like, I have so many fans in India, actually. Um, lots, lots of fans there. Maybe one of the country with the biggest fan base of Parandroid. Apart from there's a couple of countries, Germany, um, Portugal, Brazil, USA, India. India is among the strongest countries. Yeah, for sure, bro. I am known to perform. Like, if you book me, I blast the crowd, and the crowd will not leave unhappy. Doesn't matter if it's 12,000 people or 10 people. I give it my all the time. Great, great. That is great. That is my job as a human, is to inspire other people, I believe. I truly believe that. This is main part of my job is to inspire, and I always did, naturally, without necessarily focusing on it, just by being myself, which I thoroughly aim to be. Listen, I had some issues with some organizers, everybody knows it, and some labels, which are really evil, in my opinion, some of them. High Tech Clan, for example, is pure evil. It's just pure evil. It's born out of the ego of a feeble mind. And I'm aiming to consolidate as much as possible without betraying myself, staying true to myself. Um, where did I want to go with that, actually? I should never have apologized for the video that I did about Psynonima, that sketch video, because that was a sketch video and not, you know, a normal creative output of an artist in distress about something that truthfully is so, that nobody is allowed to talk about because most organizers and label heads are DJs. So if you make fun of DJs in any way or criticize DJs in any way, then you will get attacked by those labels drastically, which happened to me, and which is despicable. The labels are there to protect us artists because we need the protection, of course. For example, I have a lot of, you know, like PTSD, for example, and other things, and therefore I need protection from the people. It was always like that. High tech means Parandroid. That is true. I'm an integral part of this culture, and I always will be. That's why I invite everybody who has beef with me to consolidate, to also come towards me, because I'm coming towards a lot of people, also publicly, and I would like to remember them that they need to have a proper amount of respect when they think about my name. It's a lifelong dedication. I did a lot for this culture. So if you badmouth my name, you're not doing a great service to this culture. You have to be honest and see what I did. You know, narcissists are people who are wanting a lot without doing the work. Nobody can say that about me because there is hardly anyone more dedicated. Doctors had to plaster my arm, literally, so that I stop working because I was destroying myself for this music. On a body level, working so hard that your body is failing because of repetitive motion. And yeah, I invite everybody to consolidate with me, to find a way of peace, because if this is not the case, let's say in the case, for example, of Masters of Puppets and me, we know each other since we are 14, Florian and me, and we have an issue, I think, since 2017. And thank you, brother. And if we don't manage to solve our issue, we are both fighting on the same team, actually. We are both fighting for this culture. If we don't consolidate our issues, then that will be a wound in this culture, a permanent wound in this culture, which is not a good thing. And it has to be solved, you know? I also cannot expect different outcome if I don't change my behavior, but I did. People say like, oh, okay, you're crazy. And it's like, I was going to a psychologist. Actually, I'm not that crazy. I'm just like, I have obviously my wounds as everybody and my shadows like everybody. But I showed in the past 3 years that I'm willing to do everything. That includes heart-wrenching work in terms of working on myself, looking into the mirror, not stopping to engage in the psychedelic experience, to dig deeper into myself and learn about myself and grow. For the culture, I was doing everything. So it's also time for the culture to take a step towards me. And that can only be done through the individuals that are taking part in this, like that are part of the culture in terms of organizing, etc. That are leaders in the field. Okay. I think that's it. One of the things that is really important to me, I need to speak freely. If I don't, it's eating me up from the inside. Can't do it. I'm a person who is dedicated to truth and justice. And therefore, I cannot stay silent. That's why this is also a fair chance to anyone. If you have beef with me, go on, write me a message. We can figure it out together and we can make peace. If you decide to keep on spreading hate, then you are just an obstacle in my path of a lifelong dedication towards one goal, which is to, spread awareness about the psychedelic culture. So if you're just an obstacle in my way, then I don't know what to tell you, but it's not a good place to be in between me and my lifelong mission. Don't put yourself in between that, because I'm going to put any obstacle away that prevents me from succeeding in my mission, of course. So that's it. We need to make peace. I can't consolidate with everybody, of course, because some people they would seriously come and apologize. And there is no way that I'm going to bow down to anyone. Not going to do that. If they did unjust things, I accept my own faults. And therefore, I'm willing to approach a lot of people and do the first step. But not in every case. Some people just did despicable things, especially some labels in Germany. As I already mentioned, High Tech Clan is literally pure evil in my opinion. They did literally character assassination because of a sketch video and try to destroy my career as much as they can. And the bad thing is also that, the most people are scheming in the background instead of talking, as I just right now do, talking in public. They are scheming in the background. And that is very disheartening. Some people try to control the scene in the background through accumulation of power. You will never see those people's faces. You don't know who they are, mostly, actually. They like to stay in the background and control things and decide who is in and who is out, just to give themselves a feeling of superiority. That's quite questionable as well, in my opinion. This culture means everything to me. That means I am willing to protect it, almost with my life in a way, doing everything for it. I've proven that. The last 1.5 years, I engaged in yoga, psychotherapy, breath work, cold exposure. Why did I do those things? Because I wanted to do the thing that I did all my life in the best way possible that I ever can do it. All right? This is how much I am willing to give for this culture. When I'm looking at the culture, I don't see it thriving. It's as simple as that. You can tell me what you want, but I know this culture since 20 years, have been brought up in this culture. When I look at it, it's not thriving, and that is for various reasons. There's also, one of them is, if a psychedelic culture doesn't doesn't engage in the psychedelic experience anymore, but takes dissociatives instead, then that's no good. Terence McKenna has taught us that a culture is heavily informed by the substances that it is using. So we should all take a trip together and chill, basically. Should all trip together and chill. and be peaceful and loving to each other. If you're a person in power, don't abuse your power. Never abuse your power. It's gross. It's disgusting. Stop it. And if you have beef, then go on. Move your ass over here. Let's solve it. That's not too hard. We can just talk about it. Because we have something in common. And that is the human experience. The human experience is what bonds us. What makes us one. We all suffer from the same things. We all want to be loved. We all are humans. We all are one. So we can talk about it. We can solve it. We can do that together. I am working on something in the background to exactly address those things, because if nobody is doing it, then I'm going to try again. And, you know, I'm going to give it my all. Maybe it fails, maybe it doesn't. That is just like that. And what is failure? Really, there is no failure. There's only paths or steps in the path towards the ultimate goal. And you learn along the way from your mistakes as well. But I want to give the community a chance to heal, and I want to facilitate that as good as possible from my side. That's it, guys. Much love and plur and all that. And I